Hi everyone, we're going to factor the following expressions, and these are the three problems we're going to do. This one's going to involve factor by grouping, and these two we're going to use the fact that a squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. It's called the difference of squares. Alright, so let's get started. The first one we're going to do factor by grouping, and that's usually a good bet when you have four terms here if you're not using synthetic division. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put parentheses around, let's see if I wrote this down right. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I didn't. This should be a minus here. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is put parentheses around here, and I have this negative. So when I put parentheses around here, I have to change this to a positive, because a negative times a positive is a negative if you distribute it a -1. The next thing I'm going to do is factor out my greatest common factor or my highest common factor. And basically what you're doing is, what can you divide both these pieces by? And I can divide them by 5g squared. But when you're factoring, you don't lose the divisor. So instead of actually dividing, I'm going to pull it out to the side. Now when I do divide this, I'm going to get just g. And I wonder if I wrote this down right again. Okay, I got g. And then when I divide this piece, I'm going to get plus 2. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and factor out a 5 again here. So basically you're dividing by 5. So you're going to get g plus 2. Now, when you're factoring by grouping, and that's why I was hesitating, I was wanting to make sure they're right. These two quantities have to be the same, or you can't do it. Now, since they are the same, I take these two pieces and put them together. 5g squared minus 5, and then I can do g plus 2. And the reason that works is when you FOIL this, or just use distribution here, you could do first and outer. That would be 5g squared times g plus 2. Then you do the inner and the outer. That's going to be minus 5 times g plus 2, which is right back to where we were here. So that's why the factoring by grouping works, and that's basically our final answer here. So let me write it again. 5g squared minus 5 times g plus 2. All right, on this one, I'm going to use the fact that a squared minus b squared equals a minus b, or you could put a plus b first if you want it, plus a plus b. So I want it to look like this. So what I'm going to do is write square here. And my a in this case would be 4x, because 4x squared equals 16x squared. And my b would be 9y. So now I have my a is 4x, and my b is 9y, and then you just expand. So you have 4x minus 9y, this is that part, and 4x plus 9y. And that's it. And the last one is this one. I'm going to use the same formula, the difference of squares. A squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. So I want to do the same thing. I want to have a square here and a square here. So in this case, my a is going to be x to the 4th. So x to the 4th square is x to the 8th. And similarly, this would be y to the fourth. So my a equals x to the fourth, and my b equals y to the fourth. So I'm going to use this formula. So I have x to the fourth minus y to the fourth times x to the fourth plus y to the fourth. Now, what you notice here is that this is done, because this has a plus in it. This one we can factor more, because I can write this as x squared squared minus y squared squared. So now I have a different a. I have an a equals x squared, b equals y squared. So you're going to write this as x squared minus y squared times x squared plus y squared. So we just expanded this. But don't forget, this is part of it. So I'll just bring this one down. And now I can still expand this one. So, and that one just follows this formula. So that's going to be x minus y, x plus y. And then go ahead and bring these two down, because you can't factor those anymore. X squared plus y squared times x to the fourth plus y to the fourth power. And that would be your final answer. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.